Today we find ourselves in the gallery at our 1384 Dufferin Street location. Joining us is prominent Canadian photographer Joshua Jensen-Nagle, who's known for his evocative beach scenes and nostalgic images of European landscapes. We'll be chatting about his upcoming exhibition along the way, which will be out on exhibition from February 6th to March 3rd. So, with that said, thanks for joining me, Josh.
Of course.
And I guess maybe we could kick it off. Perhaps you could talk to us a bit about Along the Way and what that means to you.
Yeah, so Along the Way is really about a journey. This exhibition is a part of my Endless Summer series, which has been ongoing for nearly 30 years. I started this as a teenager without knowing much about art, without knowing much about photography, and I soon became obsessed with it. And it's been a journey of mine for the past 30 years. So this is a collection that's been ongoing throughout my work for a very long time.
You know, when people come to the gallery and they see the work on the wall, there's so much more that goes into it.
Early on in the work, I was working with more experimental cameras, Polaroid cameras. I was scanning the Polaroids, enlarging them, and the work evolved. It always does. And I was trying to get a more defined look and trying to do larger pieces. Scale was always really important to me.
Yeah.
So I had to move on to different technology as it became available.
Yeah.
And everything from shooting at higher elevations, from simply finding cliffs to work off of, to having big ladders on a beach, to finally evolving to shooting out of helicopters with their doors open and strapped in.
Wow.
It's come a long way for where it started.
What's the most rewarding aspect of doing what you do?
It's all about finding the place. You can research as much as you want, and there's a lot that goes into that to try to find places and to discover places. But until you get there, and until you start exploring the landscape, until you start engaging with the landscape, you really do not know what you're going to find.
Yeah.
The collection of people can be different, the lighting can be different, all of these things, and it becomes more exciting as you go.
Yeah.
And it's more about the discovery and the adventure of it almost, and finding these and then finally making it happen.
Yeah. It's a cool journey.
It is. It can be disappointing and it can be very rewarding.
Yeah. And I guess that's been one of the reasons maybe you've revisited certain places.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like talking to locals, getting like oh, you should go check this out.
Early on, I found it really hiring a cab driver for the day.
Oh yeah?
Just to be showing him what I was doing, showing him images I've shot before, and he would bring me to spots that aren't, a normal tourist destination or somewhere where people would know about necessarily. And only a local would know how to get there or what kind of place it is.
I mean, that's pretty cool, because you think about it, like some of your images are fairly sparse. Like you're capturing people inhabiting spaces, but sometimes there's very little human presence.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's sort of how we connect with nature, we connect with the beaches, how there's a collective of people, but then there's also a solitude there, and how people go to these places, and sometimes they're extremely busy, sometimes they're quite quiet, and there's a ebb and flow there. Same with the tides, and same with your presence on the beach. You can be in a solitude while being around all these people.
Well, I think that's a good note to end on. Thank you very much for coming by and chatting with me about the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And again, we were here at our 1384 Dufferin Street location talking to Joshua Jensen-Nagle. And we'd like to thank you for watching this. Please like and subscribe for future content.